So, welcome Twitch and YouTube to the first and hopefully only vintage GenCon online qualifying event. The goal of this event is to go 3-1 or 4-0, which will qualify us for a Sunday championship. Today we are playing Doomsday. Now, why am I playing Doomsday? Is it because I like Doomsday? No. Is it because I'm very good at piloting Doomsday? Also, no. Is it because I think Doomsday is probably the best deck in the format? Yes, that is why we're doing it. So, let's go over what this deck's trying to do. We're trying to cast Doomsday. We're going to take 5 cards from our graveyard in our library, and that becomes our deck. The combo here is you cast Doomsday, and then you cast any cantrip, and you win the game. But Justin, how do you win the game? Well, most piles of 5 cards that you put in your Doomsday pile are Gush or Ancestral, Gush or Ancestral, and then you draw into Black Lotus and Thassa's Oracle. And then the other 2 cards don't even matter. Obviously, it gets more complicated than that when there are things you need to play around, or you can't cast all those things in one turn. But in general, the printing of Thassa's Oracle, so that you no longer have to play Laboratory Maniac plus a draw spell, also plays around removal, means most of your piles just simply revolve around drawing 2 cards, those 2 cards being Black Lotus and Thassa's Oracle. So, I mean, I don't think you concede to Pyroblast because your deck always has multiple interactive counter spells every time. There's so many. This is Doomsday Expert Discoverends list. The only change I made to their list is I didn't really want to play they had a Mystical Dispute in the main, so I'm playing the 3rd Daze instead. I think Daze is really, really strong in this deck, and I would rather play that than a little bit of a narrower card in Mystical Dispute. Yeah, I think this deck is really kind of boring and really stupid powerful. I almost 5-0'd a league last night, and I don't believe I played anywhere close to optimally. It does make you feel really good when you build a non-standard Doomsday pile and you somehow come out with a win. That feels really, really good. Everything else doesn't feel very good. But we're here to win, so we're going to try our best to pilot this deck, hopefully, at least mediumly optimally. Mediumly optimally? Let's go with that. And hopefully we can squeak out 3 wins. Do I want to say anything more? I don't really actually have much more insight to the deck. It's not a deck I'm very well acquainted with, so we're going to do a little bit of learning as we go. I played one league recently. But I think this is the best deck in Vintage by a decent amount, actually. I think it's pretty far and away the best choice. So, our match is starting in 1 minute. Yo, what's up, everybody? Yeah, I have some other cool ideas and other fun things, but maybe we'll save them for the challenge tomorrow if we can qualify today. Yeah, I couldn't tell you why Steel Sabotage is the choice over something like Hercules Freak. Did I sign up? Oh, we have 5 minutes. Oh. Oh dear. How do I talk about this for 5 more minutes? I didn't factor this in, chat. I didn't factor in the 3:05 start time. Breach is definitely a bad matchup because Brain Freeze. So I went 4-1 last night. The only match that I lost was I played against Oath Breach. And they had like 3 main deck Brain Freezes, and I just couldn't do it. It was too much. I was unable to power through that. I beat some like crazy Hollow Vine hands. I beat some crazy, like just some pretty nuts draws from other decks, but so we could change, guys. What do you think? We could just audible off this deck. We have 4 minutes now. We could play some PO. What do you guys think? Maybe some PO, please. Oh, I have all the cards. I could play Goblins. Not that I tested goblins in any capacity, but I do have all the cards right now. I forgot about that. Yeah, but I don't really want to play the good PO. That's the problem. I want to play humans PO. I need to test with 4 Muxus. Yeah, they were not putting the whole graveyard. They were oathing into Rune Scar Demon. Classic combo oath draws. How do I turn off this? Stop making sounds during my very important stream. Alright. Some sacrilegious people gushing over a Pyroblast playmat. I cannot endorse that. Hate Pyroblast. Now, we're going to play Doomsday today, even if it's not my best choice for me. It might just be the best choice in general, so. While I was playing this deck, did I think about other things? I kind of didn't like the Force of Negation. It's helpful because you don't die, but it doesn't help protect my combo, which makes me sad. The Cling to Dust were pretty good, actually. I was pretty impressed with how good Cling to Dust was. Yeah, it was a brutal match versus Combo Oath. Uh-oh. Saturn has not gotten their code yet. Yikes. Yikes. We got 2 minutes to go. I didn't budget out 10. I've only budgeted out 5 minutes about talking about Doomsday. I didn't budget out the whole 10. Whoops. Scuff streamer. I don't know. Yeah. It just feels like this deck always has it. Especially when I play against it. Especially when having it really just is like Doomsday. You also win just a ton with just Fossa Demonic Consultation. Put a trigger on the stack, name Abandon Hope, mill your whole deck, win. I don't even know what that means. What is a Flutterfox? Yeah. Resident Sleepers in chat for the Doomsday stream. Yeah, so you see, Beerus, you're supposed to just cut all of the shops cards and play any other deck. I don't know. I just don't really find it very interesting. And then, like, the times that the deck is super interesting is when you're building, like, complex piles. Those complex piles just don't happen very often. And when they do, it hurts my brain and I don't like it. All right, let's go. So Elfish. Round 1. Vintage. What is this called? GenCon online qualifying event. Let's do it. Yeah, but this isn't like I mean, it's a combo deck, but like the going off part about this deck is not very interesting. You just draw a couple cards and win. I mean, this hand looks really good. Oh, is this Ryan? Am I about to get elved? No, it's not. It's, well, actually, yes. So I could go Dark Ritual, Doomsday, Probe into Sapphire, Sapphire into Ancestral, and just kill my opponent. If opponent is on Elves, which is probably what it is, we're just gonna kill them. Oh, they have a Black Lotus, though. They made green mana. Here come the elves. Oh! Oh! Uncounterable. F6. Alright. See what they can do. That's their 3 mana back. Land natural order. I lose. Alright, we no longer have turn 1 kill. Alright, we don't have a turn 1 kill anymore because all of our fast mana is artifacts. And I drew a Force of Will. I guess we have a Chain of Vapor. How does that factor in here? So if we... No, it doesn't really factor in, huh? So the best thing to do is to just Chain of Vapor the oof at the end of the turn, and then go for the kill on the next turn. That's probably what makes the most sense to me. I could always just cast Ancestral as well, and just draw into lands for the next turn. Is that better? How much damage do we take, I guess, is another question. Not very much currently. I can always bounce this thing in response to like a natural order, so that's pretty good. Pretty sure it just involves passing here. Whether or not we Ancestral or Chain depends on what they do. We win if we draw a land off our Ancestral, or we can just win if we Chain. So both roads lead to victory. Alright, so now we're on the Ancestral plan because we no longer are chaining anyone. So we're trying to Ancestral into any land, and that should be good enough. Well, I guess maybe not, because we no longer can Lotus, right? Can we win, though, on turn 2 if we can't Lotus? We can't, right? Maybe there's like a... I don't really know. I haven't played this deck enough to know if we can, like, kill through 2 Collector Oofs on turn 2. I mean, it's not like we're getting clocked. So I guess... Were we supposed to Doomsday last turn? That doesn't sound very good. Not really sure how we would win in that scenario. Seeing as there are 2 Collector Oofs. We might just have to make a Doomsday pile and pass the turn, which is maybe what we should have done in the beginning. Do you think they play Wastelands? I think I'm just gonna get an Underground Sea and draw 3 cards. If I Doomsday, am I dead on the swing back here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Yeah, but then I can't draw enough cards that way. We can't Time Walk either, guys. It costs mana. We would need another Dark Ritual. So if we Doomsday now, how much damage do we take? Half my life rounded up. Half my life is 9. Rounded up is no, sorry, 8. No, it's 9. I'll have 9 life. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9 life, 8 life, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We can't really bounce counter because we're going to be at 1 life. I guess that would save me 2 life. Oh, I don't really know, chat, because I'm not very good at this game and didn't practice. Clearly. We don't have a second Chain of Vapor. The deck list is in chat. Clearly, I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, let's Doomsday and figure out what happens. We didn't draw another... If we drew a Dark Ritual, we had like a Time Walk pile. I definitely could win if I had drawn a Doomsday. Sorry, if I had drawn a Dark Ritual. What if I brainstorm into... I have a Cling to Dust, but there's no creatures to gain life. I probably could have chained and then probed, but then I wouldn't have any mana. That doesn't work, chat. There's 2 Collector Oofs in play. Gush doesn't do it. Gush doesn't do it. Oh my god, I can't look at chat. Chat is just spewing nonsense lines. I'm gonna try to figure it out myself. So... I've already played a land this turn. I could Gush. I don't want to Gush, because I don't want to play... I don't want my lands. No, I think I have to pass the turn and hope I don't die. That's what I'm pretty sure I have to do. I'm pretty sure I have to pass the turn and hope I don't die. So I'm going to put a Gush, and... I'm going to 9. Am I not going to 9? Am I wrong? I'm going to 9. I'm going to 8? Half of 17 rounded up? Rounded up! Am I... I lose half my life rounded up. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, whatever. If I die, fuck it. I don't care anymore. I'm over it, chat. I'm over it. Alright, Gush. Thassa. I have a bounce spell as well, so I don't really care anymore. Gush, Thassa. Thassa, Underground Sea. I don't really care anymore. Let's just put a bunch of cards in my thing and hope it works. Whatever, I don't care anymore. I should never have, like, looked at chat in the first place, and I should definitely have practiced more in the second place. I went to 8. Fuck, y'all right? Alright, that's fine. I have a Chain of Vapor. Everything is fine. Wait, so what am I doing wrong with my math? Is it not... Is 17... Half of 17 is 8.5 rounded up is 9, right? Oh, I lose 9. Ah! This is good content. Ah, this is good content, chat. This is good content. It's fine. I mean, this is still the correct play, so it doesn't really matter. Should I have bounced, like, this thing or something? 3 mana. I should have practiced, and I should definitely have never read chat. Chat came up with like 800 lines that just did not work. It's great that my pile, like, my 5-card pile, I just don't think matters at all, right? There's like, as long as I'm gushing and I'm Thassa's Oracling it, doesn't, like, any of the other cards matter? I can't think of a reason why any of the other cards would matter. Turn a forest to untap a creature. That doesn't change anything. That's why this deck's crazy to me, though. Like, I clearly have no idea what I'm doing, but I think we're still going to win this game. That took how much time? That's fine. This deck's really fast. You just win on turn 2 and 3. Don't worry, chat. God, this is going to be really good content. Only the highest level plays tonight. I don't really think I care about a Flusterstorm against the mono green deck with 1 card. And like, I just don't see a reason to have either of those cards. Like, maybe those are like better, right? But like, they don't really matter though. No, like, I just don't think those cards matter. So is it really practice? I did practice last night, but it wasn't very good practice because I just won on turn 2 with triple counterspell backup like a ton of times. I have no idea how Cherry wins. I watched some of Cherry's stream. It wasn't as bad as what I just went through, but it was still not ideal. Maybe I'm supposed to bounce this in case they replay a creature or something. Then I can force it. No, then I only gain 1 life, so I can't really force after anyways. Wait, maybe I am? Maybe I'm just bad. Whatever, I'm just gonna F6, and then if we win, we win. Now I can force on my turn. See, it was just brilliant planning, chat. Look at that. Required no thinking. My opponent made crazy plays, and it just didn't matter. So they're gonna play our oof here, which I could counter if it mattered. But it doesn't matter, so I don't really give a shit. I mean, I couldn't counter because I didn't bounce this. But if I did counter... Wait, if I had bounced this and they just replay it, it doesn't matter. Alright, so nothing matters, we just win. Okay, that's my favorite part. Alright, chat. It just doesn't matter. I don't think there's any spell that gets me here. He said GG. Was it a GG? You played fine. What did I do? Ooh, I hate it, chat. This is why I hate this deck. It's stupid. You all watched me miscount how much I could take off Doomsday, not make a pile that had any coherent sense, and we just win anyways. It's so fucking dumb. Alright, so against mono green what is elves? Elves. Mono green elves. Do we bring in Magic the Gathering cards? Force of Despair? That seems like the tech right here. Maybe a Mindbreak Trap. Maybe some Tabernacles. Those seem reasonable. Maybe a Tassiger to do the blocking. Is Tabernacle good? Maybe. I don't know. Seems reasonable. I feel like this is not a Flusterstorm matchup, but I don't know what's in their deck because they're playing Elves. Maybe we should take out some dazes. Like, maybe we'll keep in 1 daze to keep them honest. Maybe you take out this negation. What about this? What do you guys think about? What do you guys think about this in chat? Does this seem like a reasonable board plan? I have no idea. I didn't actually figure out how to board. Is there glimpse? I don't know. Do we need cling? I don't know. They should probably have glimpse. Maybe we want to keep these flusters and we can take out these clings. I don't know. Maybe. They might have natural order, but everything's uncounterable, so what's the point? Alright. Maybe we don't need clings. I'm a little worried that we don't have enough cantrips in our deck. Is Tabernacle good? I don't know. I've never played versus elves. I have no idea. It's gotta be better than Cling to Dust, though, right? Maybe this Force of Negation is good. Force of Negation is probably better than Flusterstorm. Alright, I'm off it, chat. We're going in. Because if their elves make mana, it means they have to use the elves to pay for the mana, and then they're not attacking me. If they're not attacking me, that's a good thing. Alright, what's this hand? Yeah, seems good. Is this turn, it's a turn 1 Doomsday if I want one. I'm pretty sure every hand is a turn 1 Doomsday. I think we would just like demonic for a ritual though. I guess a Lotus is always better than I guess a Lotus isn't always better than a ritual. Oh, Thoughtseize. Let's see. Do I care? Maybe we just force it and then just go for a Doomsday on turn 1, right? As long as I put Ancestral in my pile, I can't lose. No. Definitely force pitching Mystical Tutor. I don't think we have to say no. I honestly don't think we have to say no. We're definitely not DT Lotus passing against the Collector Oof main deck. You guys are going wild today. You guys are going off. I think you're choosing interesting lines. I'm gonna go with Force Pitch Mystical. No. This is the vintage elf guy. Really nice guy. Because I want to cast Doomsday this turn. Unless I'm playing around Mindbreak Trap. The only consideration is should we play around Mindbreak Trap. I don't know about Lotus Doomsday, guys. There's the Mindbreak Trap. They're kind of F6 though, so I kind of just want to jam. Alright, so this pile we do have to think about, though. We do have to kind of think about something here. So, if they have a Wasteland or a Collector Oof. So I think what we want to do is put an Underground Sea in the pile. So I think we want to put Black Lotus. We might not even need the Black Lotus. Black Lotus, Underground Sea, Gush. I want to draw Gush, fetch into Underground Sea. I guess, like, I would rather play around Mental Misstep, wouldn't I? I don't think they have Wastelands in their deck. I feel like it's better to play around Mental Misstep than Wasteland. I mean, I definitely want a Thassa's Oracle. I might want 2 Thassa's Oracles. But I don't think I have room for that. I feel like I need to put the chain, maybe. I feel like we should definitely put an Underground Sea in the pile. And I think we should definitely put Thassa's Oracle. I think, like, Thassa's Oracle, Underground Sea. You really want to go Time Walk first? I don't like that at all. I think that's really bad. Do I even need a Lotus? I don't really feel like we need a Lotus. It doesn't hurt to have a Lotus, though. I'm, like, a little bit worried, I guess. So I want to Gush. I kind of, like, if I Gush, I'm actually, if I fetch and then Gush, I'm not 100% to hit Thassa's Oracle, right? Unless I put 2 Thassa's Oracles in my pile. Or I could put a Street Wraith in my pile, I guess. If I fetch, then I have 3 cards left, so I'm not. Oh my god. I have 5 cards. I draw Gush. I fetch out Underground Sea. I have 3 cards. I draw 2 cards off of Gush. I have 1 card. I have to put a second Oracle or a Street Wraith in my pile. I think second Oracle makes more sense. Gush, land, Oracle, Oracle, chain. Do I really want this chain though? Alright, maybe they'll play like a Torpor Orb and I want a chain. Bottom. The only card that really matters is the Gush goes on top. I guess I have this Preordain too. I'm like more worried about lands though, chat. I'm like very worried we won't have enough lands, so that's why I want to do something like this. I'm pretty sure it doesn't super matter, but I do think there's like some merit to talking it out. See, I like, Ian, you said Ancestral, Land, Lotus Chain, Oracle, which I don't think is correct. Like you said that five cards just win, which I don't think is how you want to play that, because what if they have Mental Misstep? That's a very reasonable card to be put in their deck. Are they gonna Thoughtseize my Preordain? Sure. I put a land to fetch with my fetch land in my pile. Jeez, chat. I don't know if I can do this for 4 rounds. I don't know if I can do this for 4 rounds. Let's go back to PO. No one argues when I do PO things. I guess I talk less about the things I'm doing with PO because I know that what I'm doing is correct. I knew I should have cast Summoner's Pact to kill myself. I feel like chat. I feel like I said my thoughts, and then chat came out with like 9 lines that fail. It was just really bizarre to me. My resolution went down? Oh, looks like oh, it did spike, but all right. I like what we did. I do like what we did, because if something happened where we needed to change something, we had an answer. If something happened where this got countered, we had a second one. I think the way we played this was really smart. I think. I could be wrong, though. Who knows? I really do think that, like, a lot of the lines chat said would have gotten me killed. Tuesday, you probably picked up a subscription last stream because there was a big gifted sub session at the end when I won the Vintage Challenge. So, low key brag. So you probably picked up a gifted sub randomly at the end of that challenge. Oh boy, chat, that was like, we won those games pretty easily, and it was very stressful. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure that was mostly because of you, chat, and my not knowing what's going on, but mostly chat. That should only happen Tuesday if you were here, so. No, I think you're wrong, Ian. Like, you made a pile that fucking loses the Mental Misstep. Why would you do that? I'm waiting for your answer. Oh, did my did the little thing pop up? Oh, it didn't pop up. Sorry. I will edit the overlay. GenCon Qualifier 1-0. Doesn't look like the overlay is programmed to understand what a GenCon Qualifier is. Nice. Sure, we can go back. Let's go watch game 1 again. What did we could have Doomsdayed on turn 1. That was the other option. And might have been correct. Why would you not play around Misstep, Ian? Like, what is your rationale to not play around it? Just because you didn't feel like it? Like, it's a way you can lose the game. What is your rationale to not play around it? I'm loud. Stop. Stop talking. Woo. All right, we're back. All right, so that's not good. That's not good rationale. You don't just like lose the game to Misstep and be like, could have played around it, but I just didn't feel like it. All right, so we had no choice on opponent's turn 1. What we had a choice was, do we turn 1 Doomsday here and just draw into? Oh, I do like this Doomsday art a lot, actually. I think this Doomsday art is really nice. Lands for the next turn. All right, chat. This is probably the biggest decision we made. Better. Oh, stop talking. How much damage do we take? I guess is another question. Now I understand. All right, so is it correct to just Doomsday here? I don't think so. I know Ray wanted me to Doomsday here, but I don't think that's correct. My biggest reasoning is I really don't want to get I really don't want them to. What if they cast Natural Order? Why would I risk, like, I don't want to risk the game. The game is just, I'm just risking my game. They have 2 cards in hand. Like, we have a Chain of Vapor and an Ancestral Recall. If they do nothing, we could always end of turn chain the Oof, untap, and if we draw a land, we win. Yeah, so this Allosaurus Shepherd makes green spells uncounterable. That's an option, and that's why we're going over it, Ray. It's definitely an option here. I just don't think it's the correct option. I think we actually played this correctly. I think there's no reason to lose our Ancestral Chain of Vapor, like versatility here. If you cast Doomsday rated, and the opponent natural orders, we lose. If we pass the turn and they cast Natural Order, we chain the Allosaurus Shepherd and force the Natural Order. We can't win this turn because there's a Collector Oof, so we can't crack Black Lotus. If there was no Collector Oof, we could win this turn, obviously, by probing into Lotus and then casting Ancestral. Yeah, so this is a turn 1 kill with Force backup if opponent did not play an uncounterable Collector Oof on turn 1. Right. Everyone is correct in saying this is a turn 1 kill with Force backup. Unfortunately, opponent interacted with us. I know, it's a shame. It's a damn shame. And I feel like most of the time, we're going to win on turn 2 anyways with this hand. And holding open Chain, Force, and Ancestral is our best option. And so obviously what happened is opponent plays a second Collector Oof, which turns off our chain lines. Both roads lead to victory. Alright. And then we just go for the Ancestral, trying to draw into lands line. I'm going to put on some AC, because it's going to get hot in here. Alright, so I actually think That's kind of loud. Let me know if you end up hearing too much background noise, chat. I actually do think that what we ended up doing was correct, even though we kind of like flailed around a little bit. 9 rounded up is no, sorry. I don't think there was a better play here than Doomsday Pass either, because the Doomsday is gonna put us at dead, and we need to chain something to not die. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey Ryan. It was a solid opening hand against PO, that's for sure. I had some really strong hands. I kind of had to figure out some things, but for the most part, these hands were really solid. Not like even top tier Doomsday hands, but like pretty good. We're gonna be at 1 life. I actually had like the turn 1 kill with force backup, because I drew the force in game 1 on my first turn, so I didn't have the force for like your Black Lotus. I think if I had a force, I may have forced the Black Lotus, just because I knew you were probably on Elves. But yeah, I mean, I was holding open chain on Collector Roof, but they played a second Collector Roof, so we had to go with Ancestral. That was the whole idea, was I have Ancestral or I have Chain. I have Chain to both bounce an Allosaurus Rider and counter a Natural Order, or Chain to bounce Collector Roof and go for a turn 2 kill. Because I know I have a lethal kill here. You're saying probe into Chain, but then you're out of mana. So I'm not 100% sure on how you are getting there. Both roads. Yes, Cradle off the top would have been very bad for me. I agree. All right, so now we're on the Ancestral plan because I'm missing your Chain line here. Ray, what are you saying? Why can I chain a second oof and still win if I draw a land? I draw a land, I chain the oof, I probe in, sorry, I draw a land, I probe into a new chain, and then I die? I don't really see it, Ray. I'm not seeing your line. We can Doomsday, probe into Gush, recast the same probe. We still can't cast Lotus. We still can't use Lotus because there are 2 oofs in play. Oh, you're saying... Okay, you're saying Gush... You're saying Gush into... okay, Lotus Chain. That makes sense. Okay. That's fine. You can't take that line, though, because you're not likely to draw a land. But I see what you're saying now. I understand. I like the way we played this match, I think.